Creating a space for yourself for mental wellness is so important. Creating time where you can recharge your own batteries, where you can feel whole, where you can feel uplifted, because if you're well, then you can serve others. The most important thing is to give yourself some time. It's very easy to burn out in today's society with so many different things that we need to juggle. And it's very easy for us to place the interest of others before ourselves, especially if we're a parent and we have so many things. And we realize that you can only run on that fuel for so long before you start to feel that burnout. And so the question you have to ask yourself is, how do I recharge my own batteries? Not for a selfish reason, because in order to continue to serve, I need to be well. So that creating a space for yourself for mental wellness is so important. Creating time where you can recharge your own batteries, where you can feel whole, where you can feel uplifted, because if you're well, then you can serve others. Then you can be a better parent. And I know everybody can relate to this. If you're stressed, you take it out on your family. How many times have they just walked into the room and they've just asked you for something, but because you're already in an agitated space, you have a go at them. You shout at them, not because they've done something wrong, but in that moment, you're already just burning up. Look at this beautiful verse from Gurbani that says, Jagat jalanda rakh le. The whole world is burning. Nanak dukhiya sab sansar. Everybody is suffering. So how do we create space for ourselves? And that is something that you have to now look out for yourself and say, what do I need? For me, I can only answer this question for myself. I find the morning when my kids aren't awake is my time. That is the time when I give myself that meditative space. And believe me, I've gone for a very long time where I haven't done it, where I say, oh, I don't need to do it. And I get up and I just go, go, go. I'm sure you can all relate that when you wake up in the morning, what are the things that start flowing through your mind? You start checking your social media, you pick up your phone straight away, or you start checking your work emails, or you start thinking, I got to drop my kids to school and I got to make the dinner and then my boss needs me to send that email, and your mind starts doing this all of a sudden. So what you're actually doing is you're releasing these stress chemicals all throughout your body straight away, first thing in the morning. Think about it. What time does your stress start? And I bet you it starts the moment that you open your eyes. And that's not a healthy place to be. How are you going to serve the world? How are you going to help your family? How are you going to be the most productive at work? How are you going to concentrate on your studies in school? Give yourself that time. And for those who say that I don't have time to meditate, I've already got a million things to do, I always say there are 2 times in the day that you have to meditate. Before you get out of bed in the morning, and when you get back into bed at the end of the day. Even if you can do 5 minutes when you wake up, just 5 minutes sent to yourself, and do anything that works for you. Nobody's here to judge you on, oh, you must do this and you must do that. If you can just slow your breathing down, do that. If you can calm yourself down with certain words, mantras, certain shabads. If I'm going to pick up my phone in the morning anyway, one of the techniques I have is I'm going to put some kirtan on in the morning. Because otherwise, straight away, I'll go to my social media apps and I'll start looking at, well, I posted something yesterday. How many people have liked it? How many people have commented? All of those kinds of things. We're so addicted to these things. So if you're going to pick up your phone anyway in the morning, use that. Use that to your advantage and start creating a habit with the meditative apps and the Kirtan and the Gurbani. We're so lucky today. You don't even have to get out of bed to listen to Kirtan. You can just get into that mindset straight away. But once you start creating the right habits, you will see that it actually carries you through for the rest of the day. Have that time in the morning. Everybody's got 5 minutes. Yeah? Have that time in the morning where you're giving yourself, and at the end of the day, notice your habits at the end of the day as well. because whatever you think about, whatever you go to bed thinking about, you wake up in the morning. And I'm sure you guys have seen, if you have a song going on in your head at the end of the day, you wake up in the morning, that song is still going. Well, why don't you use Guru's words? Why don't you use the Guru songs? Keep that right sort of frame of mind. And if you're stressed about work at night, you'll be stressed about work. You probably won't sleep that well, let alone having a good night's sleep and waking up with that thought. You'll actually be waking up multiple times in the night. So these are the ways that you start to reflect on yourself and you say, what's not working? Am I healthy right now? Am I in a space of mental wellness right now? And then you start to use these various spiritual tools that have been taught to you as burdens, but really they are techniques to help you be in a good space. And hopefully if you can carve out that time, you will notice that throughout your day, that same peaceful, calm thinking comes back. And you can at any point take that moment. Some friends of mine, they had a really good technique that they recommended. They said at work, when we have all of our meetings and appointments and all these alerts start coming up that your next meeting is starting in 5 minutes, they said we actually put in a 1-minute meditation break. Every 60 minutes, a little 1-minute meditation was a reminder that they would put in their calendar. So they said, no matter what I'm doing, I'm just going to take a minute. Rather than going out for a cigarette break or something, which is essentially people trying to do the same thing. They're trying to get out of that stressful situation and just slow their breathing down. You can do that right now within your workplace. So start building the right habits into your working life rather than seeing meditation as something that you have to add on later on. Try and mix it in with your daily life. And I hopefully you'll start to see that that's becoming a wellness practice for you rather than a spiritual ritual that you have to complete.